made you do rolls and falls. Well, judo, that's all we do. Right?
Wait
like,
a minute.
This is my playground.
That role looks too. Hey.
Too perfect, right? So he said, "You've done a little martial arts." I said, "Yeah, just a little." And that's all I told him.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him
That's
anything else.
funny.
But what I did was I incorporated the Krav Maga with the Danzanryu
Right.
Jiu-Jitsu when I was teaching women's self-defense classes. I thought it was a really good, because Krav Maga is kind of like street fighting.
Right.
And I grew up in Richmond, so I was a street fighter.
So
It was easy.
I have a funny story for you that I think you'll appreciate. We met you the first time at the Ohana in Manteca.
Manteca, yeah.
Yeah, right. And it was funny because Risa, our student,
Oh, yeah.
did the rape prevention section of it.
Mm-hmm.
And she runs over to me, after she had done it all, and I guess you guys had chatted. She runs over and goes, "Hey, Rico, Auntie Denise is asking if she could use one of my things that I showed." And I didn't know what to say. I go, "Do you know who that lady is? Give her whatever she wants. What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "No, you show her. Let her use it." Because she just felt like she was just shocked that somebody would ask her, "Hey, I like what you're doing, and do you mind if I use it? Or can we do?" And she didn't know what to do, so she runs over to me like, "I don't know."
It's like, what should you
What are you doing? Like, I go, "Do you know who that is?" He goes, "No, I don't know what." And then I tell her, she goes, "Oh, okay, yeah. If she asks you again, just say yeah, whatever you want." She was so in awe of you. She was like, "Oh my God, this lady just I go, "Yeah, she's somebody special. Yeah, whatever she wants."
And Risa is one of the big reasons why I personally feel that we need to bring more women into the forefront of the martial arts world, because she's grown so much from when she first started with us to now, and even just the way she walks into a room is completely different than it used to be. And I feel that a lot more women need that.
Oh, yeah.
But the sad part is that it's hard to get them into the
That's
room.
true.
They say, "Oh yeah, I really should learn that." When you say, "Oh, we do a reference," you go, "Oh yeah, we should learn that," but they never show up.
Well, I'll tell you, like when I teach women's self-defense classes, I find a lot of women say, "Oh, I don't want to hurt somebody."
Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
I don't want to hurt somebody. And I learned this from Graciela. She said, what you do is you tell them that, well, if somebody were trying to take your child or hurt your child, what would you do? "Oh, I'd kill him." Well, you got to use the same attitude about protecting yourself, because if something happens to you, who's going to be the one to take care of your child?
Right.
Or that's the second person that's going to get hurt, right? So, and I said, yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. So I use that a lot when I teach women's self-defense classes, because when they tell me that, I'm afraid to hurt. Now, interestingly enough, women who are younger or young mothers are more to feel that way than older women, like senior citizens. I taught a senior citizen class one time. Oh my God, they're brutal.
I wasn't sure where she was going with that.
They're brutal.
We're like, I'm done. I'm not going to worry.
Oh my gosh, I took a couple of my judo students with me, right, to do demos, right? And I went to a senior citizen center, and there was one lady that gave my student such a wedgie. He was in pain.
Oh, wedgie.
Yeah, she grabbed a hold of him, in a certain way, and she yanked him, and literally he was in pain. He was like, "Sensei, can I sit out for this one?"
Just thinking about it hurts. I'm like, oh shit.
No, I tightened up a bit.
And then and then another one came up, and she says, "Can I use this as a weapon?" And here was this brass key ring. I'm kidding you, it was that big, and it was a key ring, and it was like this. And she says, "If I hold it like this, can I?" I said, "You know what? You don't need this class."
You want to take over? You can teach. You can teach.
Just like, I'm not worried about you at all.
Right.
Wow.
But yeah, women,
That's funny.
Senior citizens are brutal because they don't care.
No time to waste.
Been there, done it. They don't give.
They don't care. They'll knock you out.
That's too funny, though. I would have never guessed that was the case. Wow.
I mean, that would be definitely a dynamic for teaching. Always have at least a couple senior citizens with some younger women, and just kind of
let them see that.
Yeah. So why aren't you trying to hurt them? Hit them.
Yeah. But like I said, though, we've always had trouble filling the rape prevention class.
Yes.
Because a lot of women, they get excited when you talk to them about it, and then they don't show up.
Yeah, there's that.
It's
That's
tough.
a lot of that.
Yeah.
They always have a reason. Oh my,
I couldn't-
I got to
yeah.
do this. I got to go
Yeah,
shopping. I
yeah.
got to take care of my kids. That type of thing. So, it is a problem. It is a problem. I find that if you can at least get a group like, maybe a law firm with
Yeah,
all
and-
of the,
yeah, and that- that's what
or
it ends up,
state
yeah.
workers,
Yeah.
or
People who all work together.
They all work together. I'm trying to work on one right now. The real estate agent that sold me this house.
Oh, wow.
She actually wants to get a bunch of real estate
Right.
agents together because that's pretty
Yeah,
dangerous.
you
Yeah,
get locked
it-
in a house and
yeah.
nobody knows you're. that's
Well,
going
yeah,
on.
and you have an open house.
Yeah.
You get weirdo come in.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, all the doors are locked.
yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah,
Because
So
you never know.
I mean, you got to kind of approach it that way sometimes because a lot of just women's self-defense classes to promote it like that. I went to one. My friend threw one up in Reno.
Uh-huh.
2 people showed up.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've had a few of those where the small size. We did that one.
4.
Yeah, 4 people showed up.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Out of college.
but a lot of them were saying, yeah, we'll go. It didn't happen.
No, you have to have it. Now I find that it's better to have it as a group. Like I said, senior
Yeah.
citizen center.
Well, and
you know,
that's how
school
I always.
teachers or
I always
something.
tell people that, hey, if you can get 6 to 10 people
Right.
with you, have everybody come along. At least you all know each other, and you can talk about afterwards.
Right.
I mean, and it's a hard sell still.
Well, we had. I used to teach one. It was called a mother-daughter group at
Oh.
the high school.
Yeah.
At Kennedy High, and so we did it that way, and it was really cool because when I was teaching, date rape and things like that, I would see the mothers go, "I told you, that's what she said. I told you that before."
You see, you're going to get the rupee. Too funny.
Well, but it creates that dialogue, and I also believe, and we talk about this during the rape prevention class, is that a lot of it has to do with people not talking about it. That our word puts people off really, really fast.
Yeah, and that's why we had Risa give the class. 'cause-
Right. Well, and I think women who teach the class, it comes off a little bit better
Oh, yeah,
than men
yeah.
do, because a lot of women say, "Well, you don't understand because you're a man.
Yeah.
You don't know how we feel."
Right.
Because you're a man. Oh, you're stronger than I am, so naturally, this is going to work for you.
Yeah.
Well, that never
and that's-
stopped Denise.
I mean, that's why I really said, Risa, I need you to,
Right.
I'm going to teach you everything you need to know, and I want you to teach this class. And she was more than.
She was scared, though. I could tell she was really
oh
nervous.
yeah.
She was
Yeah.
really, really nervous that first
Well,
time. But you know
he-
what? That just takes practice.
And for her, to her credit, and she knew she was going to be there with a bunch of instructors.
Yeah. So
You know,
that was part
it wasn't
of her
just a
nerves
bunch of
in front of people,
newbies
yeah.
or people who didn't know anything. She knew that the people that were going to be at this event, because they were all martial artists, because it was like it's kind of a gathering.
Yeah.
So that's what was freaking her out. It's like, what am I going to tell these people who already know the shit that they know? I said, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And she enjoyed the hell out of it afterwards.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, that was actually a lot of fun. Good for you.
She did it, which was
Well,
the
like I
important
said,
part.
she was freaking out that somebody like you would ask her, "Hey, can I?"
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, she's cool. Don't worry.
Well, she like I said, she just needs to practice.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You just
That's
need
the
to
thing.
practice. I know when the first time I started teaching, but I think part of it was Wally J had me be his assistant instructor. So he would start the class,
Uh-huh.
and I would go around helping people.
Right.
You know.
Oh, wow.
So I think that would help a lot because
Yeah.
once you have to help somebody teach, you
yeah.
know.
Then you learn all the tricks and ins and outs.
Right,
of the
right.
game,
And so then you're understanding the mechanics of the technique,
Right.
right? Better.
Oh, yeah.
much
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
And so that's all she needs to do is to teach somebody else, more.
Yeah, and because of COVID, once that thing hit, everything kind of slowed down.
Oh,
for
COVID.
everybody.
Yeah.
How are you guys dealing with that? At the school?
It's more open here.
Okay.
Our school, we wear masks.
right.
We sterilize everything. We elbow. We don't shake hands. We elbow.
Right.
Oh.
We just started open back into our school just this past weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and sure enough,
Limited.
masks and the whole bit, and
Yeah.
we were very, cognizant of what was going on, and we knew that when they come in, they have to spray their feet, get the temperature.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
we
all-
also
all-
make them wash their hands
Yeah.
and stuff like that before
Yeah,
they
that's
get
the
on.
first thing you're supposed
If
to
they're
do.
going to do a second class, they got to go wash their hands again.
Yeah.
So, it's working. I mean, most of the students that we have, I know the younger kids, a lot of the parents aren't letting their kids start.
Mm.
And so that's fine. We just, when they're ready. But I notice that they're starting to slowly trickle in.
Oh, that's good.
I think they're driving the parents crazy.
Yeah.
His
his kids are driving him nuts.
I was just hearing on the radio earlier today, they talk about, people talk about COVID, at least I get to spend more time with my kids. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, they're probably tired of that by now.
Yeah, you can only take your kids for so long.
Yeah, I love my babies, but, that time when they would go to school, it's like, okay, I get stuff done. Now it's kind of hard when they're calling, Dad, can you help me? Dad, can you? Dad, do I?
Yep.
Okay. It's tougher. So if you can get them into a class like that, then I think parents are more.
Yeah, they're starting to come around.
Yeah.
My teenagers, they don't care.
Right.
I mean, as far as they're concerned, when they start to spar, they want to take the mask off, and I make them put it back on. I said, just out of safety, because we don't want to close down the school.
Yeah, when you put him in the mouth and he sneezes at you or coughs at you, we got issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they, they're still pretty good. They're I have like a regular team, so they've all taken their precautions, and but they don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
They're teenagers, right?
They do it, but they'd rather not.
Right.
Now, let me, and this is kind of off topic, but because you had made a comment earlier today, Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
You can see what this is exactly what I wanted to hear. So, you met him,
Yeah.
and
Well, Bruce Lee and Wally J, he used to come and visit Professor J.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, he actually did some training with Professor J,
Right.
not the other way around.
oh, okay,
That 1-inch punch that he did, Professor J showed him that two-way action, so which made the punch
Help
more
them
effective,
develop it,
right?
yeah.
And so he and Danny and Osanto used to put on demos, and so every once in a while they would show us certain techniques, and we would learn from them. But this is before he was famous, so I really didn't, I wasn't interested. I wanted to do judo. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. Is boring.
I don't care
This
about
is
this guy.
boring. This
Yeah.
is boring. But we had, out of respect, we had to go ahead and
right.
do whatever he wanted to do, and did his demo, etc. And Professor, I didn't like him because he was very cocky and he was very arrogant and he was high testosterone and stuff.
He was cocksure.
Yeah, well, that's what Professor J. Professor J used to say. He's not cocky, he's cocksure. And it's like, whatever. And now I regret it because people say, you met Bruce Lee? Did you get his autograph? I said, no, because he was passing it out and I never got it because I didn't like him. I just,
You're one of
care
you're,
about him.
you're the
Arrogant.
only person that I've ever spoken to who did not like the man.
he was arrogant, and I was turned off by it. It's not that I hated him or anything.
Right.
He was arrogant and I didn't care for
It's
him.
his
I didn't like
teaching
his
style,
attitude.
yeah.
I didn't like his attitude. He had that, tough, macho,
That I'm the guy.
I'm it,
Yeah.
And it wasn't until he became famous I went, damn, I guess I should have got to know him better,
Could have sold stuff.
I might have been in the movies. Well, hey, listen, we're past our hour mark. Believe it or not, every time we're doing these shows, we're only supposed to be an hour.
Yeah.
It's never.
We lose track of time.
It never stays at
so
the hour.
fast.
We're already past the hour, and we still have a little bit more.
Just
to go.
a little bit,
So
not too much.
We're actually going to continue this at the dojo
Yes.
that you teach out of. So, folks, we're going to be back in a
Wardrobe
little
change.
bit. We're going to do a wardrobe change, and we'll see you guys in a few.
All right.
And again, this is Konversation with me, Rick,
And me, Nain.
and our auntie,
Very special guest.
our very auntie special guest.
Wait, so are we her guest or is she our guest because we came to her house?
That's right.
So, our very special host,
Hostess.
hostess.
Denise Gonzalez, and we'll be
Hostess.
right back, folks. Stay tuned.
All right, see you
Back to
again.
College Conversation with me, Rick.
And me, Naeem.
And we're back here with Denise. We're actually here at the dojo that she teaches at.
What is the name?
What's the name of the
Well,
dojo?
it's actually called the Las Vegas Kung Fu Academy.
Las Vegas Kung Fu Academy.
Now, how long have you been here at this dojo?
I actually started around December.
December?
Yeah.
How do you like it out here?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. How are you taking the heat?
Hey, retirement is good, so I can do anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys.
Yes,
in,
it's
because
my
I'm
dress
afraid of
rehearsal.
pain.
Yeah.
We're going to let her throw around Naeem. And I actually told her I'd give her $25 so she can make him cry like a girl.
Oh,
So
no.
hopefully. Good luck.
Okay. So let me try the back camera itself. Okay. You want to move it over here a little bit so I give it a little bit of room? So Naeem was talking about how the power of judo and any type of techniques that we do for throws and stuff. And a lot of it comes from Professor Wally J.
Okay.
Because even though there's a standard way where we hold, which is the strongest part of the gi, which is by the seam,
Okay.
and then right here on the lapel itself, we kind of cup it. So if you hang onto my gi, and then you hang onto the sleeve here. So what we do is we call kuzushi, which is a pull. So from here, if I wanted to do like a back throw, I'm gonna lift. So I'm gonna take him and I'm gonna hook it this way. See? This is to get him on balance here, and then this is to take him back, right? So it's real easy for me because what I'm doing is using this, the center of him, because he's obviously, if he's standing nice and straight and centered, right? From here, I can't pull him and push him back quite so easy, but I can do it from quarter to quarter, here.
Okay.
Right here, and then this way, right? And then this way. So I'm gonna change angles when I'm doing the technique itself. The same thing goes when we're doing Danzan Jiu-Jitsu or small circle Jiu-Jitsu. So if Naeem comes at me from here, I want to block him. And I'm going to use in an angle to get him off balance. I'm going to take it from here. Straight out. Right? So it's not going to take a whole lot. If he's grabbing me from here, the same principle. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my body, turn him from here, and then. Are you in pain? Woo! And then, of course, Wally J always does just a little bit, just using the fingers. Okay? Okay, so then I'm going to tell him, stand up. Stand up. Okay.
Let me zoom in on this just a bit. Okay.
So right from here, you see, all I did was I moved him so that I get him off balance. Relax, relax. This doesn't take any strength whatsoever. You see this motion that I'm doing? This is Professor J's two-way action.
Allow me to
He
just
went ahead.
move my hair. Thank
He's
you.
doing his hair.
Yes, sorry. I gotta look beautiful for the camera. I'm very vain that way, actually. I don't know if it shows, but I really am. Okay.
You'll get a lot of lights.
Oh, thank you.
So if you'll notice, I use a lot of this. Even when we're doing a simple wrist twist from here, it's a two-way action. I don't have to do a whole lot. I'm just using my wrist. And I already get him off balance. I don't have to do much at all. So from here, right now his head is stable. I'm going to put his head down. And I'm just using this two-way action. So what Professor J said was, we're going to use the two-way action with the judo. So he uses this motion here,
Oh, there it is.
right?
Yeah.
So all I have to do is from here to get him off balance. And of course from there, I can just use my leg to go down this way, right? So it's just the two-way action is what we're doing.
Wonderful. Very simple.
Same way, when we do chokes. You want to kneel down in front of me? Now, there's a nice scarf here. I'm just going to use this two-way action motion from here. Come in tight. I'm not going to do anything else. This is two-way action.
She hasn't even done anything yet.
Yes, she did.
All I did was just this.
Oh, and you feel it just
Right into
dig
the
in there.
salon, right from here. Right here, I keep them. That's all I'm doing. Whoo, real tight, real tight. And we do a cross from here. This is the change. Again, two-way action right here. I have. Feel that?
This feels very comfortable. It's odd because I know I'm being choked up, but at the same time I feel like, oh, I'm just gonna let it
Yeah,
happen.
you're just gonna sleep.
Wow.
Same way with arm bars. Two-way action, yeah? Okay, right from here. Right from here, I'm gonna do what they call a kimura. Right here.
Oh, that's cool.
This is just the two-way action.
Yeah, the lift.
Yeah?
My whole body. Oh, wow. Yeah. There's no reaction time. I mean, my whole body just lifts on its edge. It's pretty cool. It's crazy. So this is
it.
The basics.
This is the basics.
Wow, dude, you guys can't feel it and you can't see the pain on my face because of the mask, but that was awesome.
So now we're gonna go ahead and have the regular judo class.
Okay, wonderful.
So that you guys
Thank you
can
very
participate.
much.
Now let me get back in here. Wow, that was amazing. He did scream
That
like
was-
a girl. So kudos to you, Naheem.
You owe her $25.
I do. Now we can go play casino. Anyways, this is again Poly Conversation.
Thank you for joining
with
us.
me, Rick,
And me, Naeem.
and our very special guest,
Denise
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez. Thank you
Now,
guys.
also, don't forget to
like and subscribe, notification, all that.
all of those things. And anyways, again,
Denise,
thank you very much, Denise. We had a great time.
Wonderful, wonderful time.
Hey, check out their place here in Las Vegas.
Yes, if you're ever in the area, come by, check it out, and let yourself be known. Join the conversation.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. Right.
They're going to do a demo for the rank. So they're just going to show you right now on what they're going to do. And it's kind of a combination of small circle jiu-jitsu and danzanru. Okay? Ready?